Okay, what has it been like for you this go around on All Stars?
Well, like I had done RuPaul's Drag Race in season 3, and I had did the first All Stars the season ever, and we had teams. So I never expected to be asked back. I just assumed that I was on season 1 and season 3, and then I would just keep watching the show. So when I got a phone call asking if I'd be interested, I said, of course, of course. It's like my favorite TV show, and I love doing drag, and it was a perfect excuse to, like make a whole bunch of new costumes.
Now, is there a lot of pressure? Because you're legendary, Manila. You are. And they look, the youngins like Farrah, they look up to you.
Thank you. I do feel legendary because I go on the show and I see these queens like they did extremely well, like Naomi Smalls or Monet Exchange, and then them telling me that I'm their version of Lady Bunny. Like it does make me feel like I have influenced them. It's weird because I'm competing next to them, and I see them as, oh, these are the queens from RuPaul's Drag Race, and I don't really think like, oh, at one point they were in high school watching me on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Right.
So that makes me feel old
So
a little bit.
the roast. Oh God.
Ooh,
you had
the
some
roast.
You had some funny stuff there. You came up with all your jokes there, and so.
Yeah, I think I'm a funny person. And like what Trinity was saying, she thinks that she's really funny and witty, especially if she has someone else to play off of. But when it comes to sitting down and writing jokes, and it's not like I had open mic night to kind of practice and kind of feel out which jokes work and which ones don't. No, you're kind of just sitting there with a pad of paper and you just kind of have to write things. It's kind of a funny day in the workroom, just everyone sitting there quietly with a pencil and paper, cracking up at their own jokes like, oh, that one's a good one. And you're looking around like you can't tell anyone because it's your competition.
And then Cecily helping you guys out. That's amazing.
Oh, I know. Cecily is so cute. She kind of looks like me. I was like half thinking that maybe if I just put her in a black and blonde striped wig, that I would just send her out and just do the jokes for me. That would have been sickening. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of hers on SNL.
Yeah. Who do you think your strongest competitor? Who's your strongest competition? Do you think?
It's hard to tell. Like at this point in the game, it's really hard to tell like who the strongest competition is, because one week a queen can do very well and then the next week they can bomb. Like Trinity did so good in Snatch Game as Caitlyn Jenner, and then when it came to the roast, she wasn't as good. And you would think that, oh, it's comedy, she would be good at both. So you don't really know like how it's gonna go. You kind of just have to play it by ear. Like that's why it's so difficult, because you can't be like, oh, this girl's gonna go to the end. Because at first it was kind of interesting because we are like, oh, well, how did you do on your season? I'm like, oh, it's not about that, because this is a completely new season.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I don't care if you made it to the top of your season. You're not gonna make it to the top competing against me.
And how for RuPaul as a mentor? I mean, I'm sure it's been like a mentor towards you. How's that worked out, your relationship?
I've been a huge fan of RuPaul since I was like a little kid. I remember seeing her on TV. I didn't even have like cable, so I couldn't even watch her like on MTV, but I knew it was there. I knew she had her TV show. And so I remember seeing her in New York City once, and that was really cool. And so then to actually be part of her show and get to work with her, and then to be on RuPaul's Drag You, which was like the makeover show that we did, the little spin-off we did on Logo all those years ago. Like that was a lot of fun. And then to keep coming back and, have RuPaul like being like, hey, Manila, go entertain the kids, go, fight to the death, let's do this. So I'm really excited. It's really cool. The opportunities that I've gotten because of RuPaul are amazing, and the empire that she's created is so big and vast and worldwide, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. It's really cool, Manila Luzon.
How'd you get your drag name?
Ooh. I picked my drag name because I wanted to celebrate my Filipino heritage. My mother came from Manila, and I thought it sounded pretty. It had the same amount of syllables as Madonna, who I love, and it also has man in it, so it's man. It covers the Philippines and has the same amount of syllables as Madonna. Manila. And then I was gonna like try to find some clever last name, but I just came up with Luzon because that's the island that Manila is on. If you look at a map.
It is.
So
you're
when you
here.
Google Manila Luzon, it says 2 people missing in hurricane in Manila Luzon. That's what it says.